Welcome to Automating Sales and Marketing Processes as a Professional Organizer. I'm Melissa Merrill from Pro Organizer Bootcamp. So who am I? I started my business, Let's Get You Organized, in 2011 with just a few Vistaprint business cards, a car magnet, and some free Craigslist ads. I grew and scaled my business in 2018. So fast forward a few years later, I hired a team of 4 organizers to work with me, and we served 250 clients in 2018 alone. I since then have written a book, I started a podcast, I've created a course for aspiring organizers, and now my main passion is to be a coach for aspiring pro organizers and those that are ready to grow and scale their business in my one-on-one coaching programs and group coaching programs as well. So let's dive right in. Why are we here today? Why automate? So automation is the idea that you can actually trigger processes to occur automatically as opposed to you doing it manually. We're here in the digital age. We have all of these amazing digital tools that we can be using. So why aren't we using them? Why are we still spending time on those menial tasks, those tactical things in our business, like spinning our wheels and going crazy, not having enough time to do all of the things as the CEO, as the chief everything officer, right? It's time to truly automate. And the whole point is so that you can float to the top. So as a pro organizer, you want to beat out the competition. There's probably a ton of other organizers in your local area, and you want to grab your piece of the pie, right? Grab your market share. It's truly time to float your business to the top. So it's all about systems and strategies to get you there. So remove the silos from your business. It's time to work on your business, not in it. So the whole point of having a business is to make money, right? You want to make impact, you want to help your clients, you want to, make the world a better place, like all of that. But at the end of the day, you have to make money, right? You have to live, you have to pay your bills, you have to put food on the table. So stop spending time on those tactical activities. It's time to really get more paying customers and grow your business instead of spending time on all of that nitty-gritty stuff that can actually be automated. So maybe you're working off of pen and paper, you're taking down client notes, you're like, okay, well, maybe I'm putting it on a whiteboard or in an Excel document. What happens if things get lost? Nothing's talking to each other. Maybe you have an accounting software or an invoicing software, but none of that's talking to like the people on your email list. It's just a mess, right? So everything needs to start to talk to each other, and you need to start to be able to automate those processes in your email marketing, in your social media marketing, in your SEO, in your content strategy, all of that good stuff. So we're going to cover all of that and more. What is a CRM? So this is a customer relationship management software tool. It's a place for all of your contacts that you can use for proposals, for project management, email marketing, and more. And getting into a little bit on email marketing basics, we have kind of 4 different little sections here. So we have lead magnets and landing pages, and then we have nurture series and tagging. The idea of email marketing is that you're able to actually put emails to your clients and to your customer base on autopilot. So a lot of times people get really wrapped up in having the really pretty Instagram feed, or maybe a great Facebook business page, or maybe even a Pinterest page or a Twitter or LinkedIn, all these other things. But if you have older clientele or people that aren't on social media, they're not even looking at any of that. They don't even know any of that exists. So when it comes time to be able to talk about your specials that you have coming up, like spring cleaning challenges that you might have, or decluttering back to school specials, or put your holiday decorations away specials, like in the slow time in January of each year, things like that, that you really want to be able to communicate to your client base. And maybe you have been in business for a while. Maybe you have been helping clients for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, like I have. And so you actually need a database. You need a container to be able to store all of that client contact information. And so where are you storing it? I love to use MailChimp. So it's mail and then chimp, like a chimpanzee, mailchimp.com. That's what I use. It's free. I'm not paid to say this, but this is a free tool where you can actually pop in all of the people that have ever been your clients. You can put in their first name, last name, their email address. Sometimes you can put in like their phone number, their address, depending on like which plan you have with them. And we'll get into like an actual CRM here in a minute, but I just wanted to talk about email marketing basics first. So that's kind of the idea of why you would want an email marketing platform like MailChimp. And then on top of that, not only can you send them partner partner pages like product recommendations, specials, special deals, newsletters, like monthly newsletters. You can send them all of those specials or promotional options that you're providing. And then you can also create lead magnets or like freebies using landing pages. So like most of the people in my email list found me because of a landing page. Maybe it was a Pinterest pin that they saw about like my side hustle mindset manual or my make shit happen ebook, things like that, where you can actually create some cool guides, PDFs, ebooks, challenges, video series. You can get really creative with how you want to continue to market to your existing customer base. But the whole point here is to gain those repeat customers, get those word of mouth referrals, and get those gleaming customer testimonials. So you want to keep in touch with your people. You want to get rebooked. The cost of acquiring a new customer is way higher, like marketing and time-wise, than it is to actually just nurture the people that you have. So what you would want to do is pop them into a nurture series, and all of that becomes autopilot, right? So I have like 15 to 20 different emails in various different nurture series for different segments of my business, and all of that runs on autopilot. When someone watches a YouTube video, they go and grab my lead magnet from that landing page, and they're popped into a nurture series that nurtures them for 2 to 3 months until they buy something from me. And that is the whole point of it being on autopilot. So the whole point here is to automate your business, right? You don't need to be emailing manually all your customers all the time, telling them about specials, things like that. It can get really overwhelming if you have to do it that way, right? So the whole point here is to automate. And always be thinking of what value you can provide your audience. So email addresses, when somebody goes to a landing page and they pop in their email address and maybe their first and last name, it's valuable. That's like them saying, okay, I'm giving you permission to have access to my personal inbox. Please send me whatever you have. I'm obviously interested in it. So in order for them to get to that point, whatever you're providing does have to be valuable. So don't just throw up a monthly newsletter just to say like, hi, this is what we're doing and these are the specials we're offering. Try to get creative. What journaling prompts can you give your clients that are maybe struggling with decluttering and like the emotional side of stuff? Maybe you can do like a mini video series. Maybe you can do a challenge. Maybe you can open up a Facebook group for your current client base and have like 20, 30, 50 people in there, and they can all talk about like, I did this today. I decluttered this. This was my win. However you want to do it, make sure that you're providing value. Okay, so on the note of CRM, let's speed up your sales. So we're talking all about proposals, invoicing, and payments here. So be able to create and send proposals, contracts, and invoices easily. You can use tools like Honeybook, DocuSign, HelloSign, PandaDoc. I love Honeybook, and you can actually get a free 1-week trial from me and 20% off by heading to share.honeybook.com/Melissa823. So I have it up here on the screen. If you are interested, you can check out Honeybook. That is how I create all of my proposals, contracts, and invoices and send them to my clients. This makes it so much easier because you're not showing up to a job with like a clipboard and a bunch of paper and remember a pen, and what if the pen runs out of ink, and what if you lose the contract and you lose the piece of paper? A lot can happen. We are in the digital age. It's totally time to automate and speed up your sales. You can also collect electronic signatures in here, right? So it's time to ditch the paper receipts, the paper client contracts, and the paper invoices. This makes it easier for you to get paid faster. And of course, it saves the clients the hassle. So check out Honeybook, share.honeybook.com/Melissa823 for a free 1-week trial and 20% off. Now, let's talk about your website. So branding matters. Do a little summer cleanup, spring cleanup, whenever you're watching this video. All links should work. All photos should be clear. There shouldn't be any typos on there. Get an extra set of eyes on your website. We tend to think that everything we put out into the world is like, being seen by so many people that are going to actually like give us feedback and things like that. That's usually not the case. So get like a friend or family member to take a look at your website and point out little things. Oh, that punctuation looks wrong. That grammar sounds a little weird. There's a typo there. Whatever it is, get an extra set of eyes on it and just do a little cleanup. Now, if you don't have a website yet, still just make sure that you do like a little mini audit. Look at your Google business page, look at your Yelp business page, look at your bios that you have out there on the internet, look at your digital footprint, clean up those old MySpace photos or public Facebook photos that you don't need the world to see, things like that. You can just really be focused on your branding and make sure that the personal brand that you're putting out into the world is, clean, clear, explains what you do, and ready to get hired. What do you want your customer to do on your website? Always have clear CTAs. So calls to action are key. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to book a consultation with you? Do you want them to book a direct appointment with you? Do you want them to buy a freebie or like a free resource guide that you have and like pop onto your email list? What do you want them to do? Also, make sure that your website is mobile friendly. So many desktop sites never even see the light of day. Most will view your content from their phone only. And if you think about a phone, it's a lot smaller than a big giant computer screen or a laptop screen. It is vertical instead of horizontal. And stuff can just really get wonky in there, like photos can get skewed off center and text can look really too big or really too small, or the colors can get weird. You just want to make sure that you look at everything with an extra set of eyes, engage like a friend or family member to kind of do that mini audit with you and make sure that your website is mobile friendly, because 9 times out of 10, people are actually looking at your page on their phone and not on a desktop or a laptop. Now let's talk about search engine optimization. So SEO, this sounds like a big scary term, and usually when I say it, people kind of freak out a little bit. But the idea of this is that you can let your website get found using keywords, because local search really does matter. So local search meaning I'm a homeowner, I'm gonna go to Google and I'm gonna type in professional organizer San Diego, or plumber in my neighborhood, or electrician near me, right? This is how I'm booking things. This is consumer behavior. So local search really matters. Now we'll talk about Google Business and Yelp business pages here in a moment, but as it pertains to your website, you want to make sure that your search engines are optimized, right? And you want to make sure that you're using all of those little keywords. And we'll get into this more deeper in my group coaching programs, which I'll tell you about shortly. But SEO, basically the idea, local search matters. Make sure that your website has keywords in them. So whether it's on your About Me page or your bio or your header or your footer of the website, wherever it is, you want to be putting in those keywords like professional organizer San Diego, professional organizer Nashville, professional organizer Austin, home organizer in Miami, Florida, wherever you are. Make sure that you're getting creative with those keywords and using what people would actually search for. Okay, so let's make tech actually work for us. This whole point here is to book clients and get new customers basically in your sleep. So I love to use Calendly for meeting scheduling instead of doing that whole rigmarole of going back and forth and saying, well, what time works for you to jump on a consultation? I don't know, what about this? And and pretty soon you have 10 different emails going back and forth and you still haven't decided on the correct meeting time. So with Calendly, it's a free resource. Pop over to calendly.com, create your free account, set up your little bio page. Maybe you can add a photo or your logo, whatever you want to do, and set your working hours. So you don't want clients calling you in the middle of the night, on the weekends, at 7 in the morning, or while you're at your kid's ball game. You want to be able to provide that customer care and support on those consultation calls so that you can book them and take them through your sales process and be focused throughout it, right? You want to do it at a good time for you and a good time for them. So Calendly makes it easy to sync your calendar into your Gmail calendar, so your Gcal or your Outlook calendar. And then that person, that potential client, can actually book you for the times that you've specified that you're available. You'll get a simple email notification that says this person has booked you for this call at this time, and then you'll simply call their phone, or you can even do like a Zoom meeting or a Google Meets video chat if you so choose to, but most of the time I would always just do like a simple phone call. You can also do chatbot. Now, I think chatbots are a little bit annoying, but these are the things that you can actually use if you're getting constantly asked the same question over and over and over again. What's your pricing, even though you have a pricing page? Or what areas do you serve, even though it clearly says, I only work with clients in New York City, New York, or whatever. You can use a chatbot to kind of answer those questions for you on autopilot. You just like pre-script them in. I haven't used a chatbot on my own website just because they do kind of annoy me, but I have seen other people use chatbots to kind of answer those questions while you're sleeping, right? Or while you're on vacation or while you're on another job. The other thing here is email autoresponders and canned email templates. So if you've ever gotten an OOO response or an out of office response from someone, it's basically an automated email that says like, hey, I'm on vacation with my family, da, da, da. you can actually do the exact same thing for your business. And you can say, hey, I, have been pretty swamped with emails, or it's our busy season, or I'm in the process of hiring an extra set of hands. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And basically that just says, thank you for your email. I've received it. You're in the queue. We'll get back to you. That's one way to do it. Other way to do it is canned email templates. So you can actually go into Gmail if you have a Gmail account and create a canned email template for those times when you just feel like you're saying the same thing over and over and over again. People are asking the same questions. People are, trying to set up a call with you, whatever it is. You can actually pre-script email templates and be able to just send those off with one click. Okay, so reputation matters. Reputation management is so important. Basically, you need to populate your Yelp and Google business pages before anything else. Like even before you have a website, I feel like this is so important because again, consumer behavior, people are searching. People want to be able to see that you have Yelp reviews, that you have Google business page reviews. I always started with my friends and family for this at the beginning. And so chances are you've been doing this for a long time, right? Whether you know it or not, whether it was professional or not, whether you have like a full business license or not, whatever it is, friends and family are always going to be your best first customer testimonials for these sites as you're starting to build your popularity on them, right? As you're starting to grow your reputation and get those sort of word of mouth referrals / digital site referrals. Always ask every single happy customer for a review. So I think it's really easy for us as pro organizers to be perfectionistic and overachievers and to kind of like doubt ourselves and get into that imposter syndrome and that comparisonitis. I talk a lot about mindset in my group coaching program, but we get stuck, right? We kind of question ourselves and we go, oh, I could have, put that bin differently in the pantry, or I could have put that label on more straight, or, things like that, where it's really easy for us to say, I'm not going to ask them for a review because I wasn't 1000% perfect in the organizing job that I did. Chances are your clients are not even noticing that. You're like a godsend to them and they're so happy with your work. So always ask for a review. This is really what's going to help boost your credibility online, boost your searchability, and make sure that people can find you so that you can book more clients and book more jobs. Let's talk about content batching. So I get a lot of questions about, hey, Melissa, I see you on my Instagram. I see you on my Facebook. I see you on my LinkedIn. I see you on my YouTube. I see your podcast popping up. How are you doing this? So I actually batch all of my content. The idea behind this is that you're working smarter, not harder. So I like to take 1 hour actually per month because I've gotten so good at this, but most people will take 1 hour per week instead of dilly-dallying to really plan out their content. So choose your tools here. You can use Planoly, Buffer, Later, Hootsuite as like auto schedulers for social media. I use Planoly. I just use the free version, and that's how I plan out my Instagram grid. I can go in there, I can play Tetris. I can say, I'm going to do a quote here and a picture of me here, and then a client testimonial here. And then I'm going to do a before and after photo. Then I'm going to do a stock photo of a beautiful home. And I can really like play with the grid, right? Because the thing about Instagram is when you're posting it, it's posted, it's there, it's live. And unless you physically go in and delete it, you can't really move stuff around once it's there. So Planoly allows me the opportunity to really see the larger picture, plan out a month of content ahead of time so that I'm not sitting here going, what should I post on Instagram today? What should the caption be? What should the emojis be? What should the hashtags be? It can be a lot of overwhelming, tedious tasks when you're trying to do that every single day. So plan ahead, work smarter, not harder. You can also use unsplash.com for royalty-free stock images. So say that you're just getting started out, you don't have a ton of before and after photos, you don't have a ton of like professional headshots or professional photos of yourself or of your work, things like that from a photographer. You can actually go to unsplash.com and grab royalty-free stock images. You can search for things like kitchen, home, backyard, garage, and you can actually get all of these royalty-free stock images right with the click of a button. You can download it. This is also a free resource. And then the last thing here is don't be afraid to recreate, reshare, and reschedule. So stop reinventing the wheel. It's totally okay to repost content that maybe you posted 3 months ago, 2 years ago, different captions that maybe didn't get as much engagement as you would have liked to see. You can repost those, copy, paste, whatever you need to do. Stop reinventing the wheel. And this has been the power of content batching. Next thing you're going to want to do is really manage your projects, or they'll manage you. So you can use project management software tools like HubSpot, Trello, Asana, Monday, ClickUp. There's a ton out there. Choose whichever one you like. I used to use Trello in my business, and I would create different boards for different clients, especially when I had larger jobs. So say I was working with a client that wanted me for 10 sessions or 15 sessions, or I had, at one point, I had 4 girls that worked with me. And so I had this one and this one and this one and this one, and I'd have different boards for each employee. And so that was really cool to be able to manage their projects and their clients, kind of see where they were around town each day and each week. So use project management tools for however you need. I'm still old school. I still do a paper to-do list. I love crossing that off. I love that little endorphin rush of I did it, I got it done. But for your larger goals, your larger projects, you're gonna wanna make sure you kind of keep track of everything. Now, the art of the follow-up also relates to this. So make sure that you're following up on the tasks that need to get done. Maybe there's invoices that haven't been paid, there's clients that owe you money, there's people you need to get back to, your accountant or your lawyer or whoever helps you in your business, your VA. The art of the follow-up, always remember that if you're trying to close a sale with a customer, you've got to follow up, right? It's sometimes not going to be just that first consultation call where they're like, okay, come to my house on Saturday, I'll see you then. Sometimes it's a little more difficult, especially if it's a higher ticket client, like 10 jobs or 15 sessions, things like that. So always remember to follow up, and project management software can help you do so. Now, if you're overwhelmed at this point and you're like, Melissa, I don't even know where to start. I don't know how to do my SEO on my website. I don't know how to set up my MailChimp for my email marketing or create those pretty emails that go out to my customers every week or every month. I don't know what to do. I'm overwhelmed. You can actually go to Fiverr.com. So I have it up here on the screen, Fiverr.com. So like Fiverr, but with 2 R's. And Upwork.com is another one. Now, this is supporting the gig economy. So this is the idea that instead of hiring the girl down the street that's home from college and she's expecting you to pay her $20 an hour to run your social media or to create those cool Canva graphics or those quote template cards or those testimonials, you want them to get off your Yelp page and get into your Canva and then get into your Instagram so that you can share those with your audience on social media. Have a VA or a gig economy worker that's maybe in another country with a much lower exchange rate than we have here in North America, and hire them on Fiverr or Upwork to do the work for you. So I've hired people in my business for project-based work, not these like giant things where they're running my entire social media or they're running my entire email marketing, but for smaller tasks here and there where you can kind of test someone out, see how they work, see how their quality is, what their graphic design skills are like. For me, I use a podcast editor. So what are their editing skills like, and kind of play in the sandbox. You can hire people in other countries for a lot cheaper. You can support the gig economy, and you can, help them kind of roll in the dough, so to speak, by giving them, even if it's just $5 in the US, could mean the world to somebody in India, the Philippines, Serbia, Azerbaijan. I've hired people from all over the world. And so it's really cool to have that international aspect of getting help in your business and also supporting the global economy. Now, think about your pain points and write them down. So I know this can be a lot. Baby steps to success. Chances are there's a solution and it's time to take action. So what do you need to do first things first? Do you need to finally hit publish on that website that you've been waiting to be perfect before you put it out into the world? Do you need to finally claim your Yelp page? Maybe you already have some customer testimonials there, but you haven't even claimed the page and loaded your photos and your bio and your working hours and your website. What do you need to do first? Think about your pain points in business. Am I not getting enough clients? Okay, well, are people finding you on Google? Am I not showing up for my audience consistently? Okay, well, maybe you need to start batching your social media content. Write it out and start to take action. You can do this, baby steps to success. So again, I know this can sound all overwhelming, but it's all about baby steps and strategically going about this so that you can start automating your sales and marketing processes. So get yourself ready for success. What does that look like to you? What does success mean to you in your life, in your business? What do you want out of your business? Get yourself ready for it. Get yourself ready for that influx of clients coming through the door. Do you want, 5 jobs a week? Do you want 5 4-hour organizing sessions a week? Do you want to hire a team and have 20 4-hour sessions a week with clients? Be able to duplicate yourself and clone yourself and grow your business. What do you want? Get yourself ready for success. So really start to think about your big vision for your life and your business. What would some extra cash do for you every month? So if you were able to automate your email marketing and tell all of your customers about your consistent specials throughout the year and your fun challenges and promos, or you were able to, outsource some of your social media content batching to people overseas and then be able to just have all of that run on autopilot so you're not getting frustrated every day about what to post. Think about what some extra cash would do for you in your business every month if you were just getting one more client from Google, or one more client from Yelp, or one more client from somebody that was able to actually find your website. What would it do for you? And then I really want you to learn how to harness your expertise, your gifts, and your skills so that you can turn them into a profit-making machine. What I see so many times, and it just kills me, is that people are so good at organizing. The girls in my programs, girls in my Facebook group, the girls that listen to my podcast are amazingly talented organizers. They're already so good at what they do. They're getting caught in the imposter syndrome. They're getting caught in the comparisonitis. They're getting caught in the overwhelm and trying to figure it all out at once. And the whole point is to be able to use your natural gifts and talents and share them with the world. And people need what you do. Now more than ever, home organizers are needed. It's such a needed service. It's not even really a luxury service anymore. A lot of people group home organizing into an essential service now. So really get out there. I want you to be able to streamline your sales and marketing processes so that you can turn this into a profit machine. So what are you waiting for? My summer bootcamp session is starting July 5th. It's going to be 8 weeks, 8 calls in a group coaching environment. Let's do this. Get off the fence. It's an uncomfortable place to be. So when you're on the fence in the business and you're kind of dilly-dallying and you're kind of like one foot in, one foot out, and you're not taking your business seriously, the energy of the community, the energy of your potential clients feel that, right? Is this a serious business owner? Is this person invested in growing their company? What does that look like for you? What does success look like for you? What is your big vision for your life and your business? So this is my Pro Organizer Bootcamp. It's my summer session, July 5th to September 4th, 2021. At the time of this recording, it's time to take your business to the next level. And we'll go through 4 different modules. We'll assess, so like goal setting, SWOT analysis, all that good stuff, positioning. So a lot of what we talked about today, how to actually talk to your target market, how to, figure out your demographic, who's your client avatar, who are you actually trying to talk to, how can you generate more leads for those people that are your ideal clients, automation. So a ton of what we talked about here, different automations, CRMs, project management, all that good stuff, and then promotion. So I have a ton of resources and experience in getting publicity and press. So I've been featured on over 30 different podcasts. I've written for over 25 different nationally published articles, including in MarketWatch, John Hancock Business Blog, Amex Business Blog, like all kinds of cool stuff. And I have a really cool hack on how to get publicity in your business. If you want to be, a paid speaker and speak on stages about productivity, time management, I've done it all. I'm happy to share all of my resources with you and the other folks in this 8-week program. So it's time to use those unique gifts and experience to really grow and scale your company and take your business to the next level. Book your call with me. Head to calendly.com/Pro Organizer Bootcamp, or you can also head to proorganizerbootcamp.com and you'll see all of the information there. I'm so excited to get to know you, and I really hope that you'll join this program and take your business to the next level so that you can start making the impact and the income that I know you deserve. We'll see you there, and thank you so much. Schedule your call with me, and I'll chat soon.